made it, people. This is where treat it like your sauna. Come in, relax. We know the week has been tough. We know you've been watching a lot of crap. Sweat it out with us. Hopefully we'll... Maybe not. Either way, I'm fairly close to 100% sure that your questions are the same as mine. What the F was that? What the F was that, people? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that people like myself, no drinking had, no drinking. Oh, the emoji. We're here. We're here. I'm not sure that someone who's trying to think logically about what you guys saw could properly explain it. Logic will not explain what you guys saw there. The best we can do is just come here and give you a short decompressing. And we'll... little music. Just try to love on you a little bit. Welcome to TGIF, people. Thank Ganja, it's Friday. My name is Bruce Lively, and the last Saturday's attempted assassination of an ex-president. I was up all night, and then all night the next night, and then all night the night after that, trying to give you concise and honest reporting, trying to find out what was going on, and there's more about that coming. The best we can give you about all the updates. I'm sure you've seen them, but we'll give you the context that the news never does. That's what we do here, is give context. News is, you get news on Twitter. You don't need MSNBC anymore. What you need is context, because that's what they seem to have forgotten to do. But anyway, after all those 3 nights, I've decided, I said, you know what, I can't do it. I cannot watch this S show, and I'm trying to withhold the cussing. I'm sure as things get heated, that will all go out the window. But I'm trying my hardest to be professional, guys. But I said to myself, no. I can't do it anymore. I need to shut down from the politics. Immediately afterwards, I put 3 more videos. But I purposefully did not tune in to the RNC. I did not click on every little thing I saw. Few important things I updated on. And I left the job to the one and only, the intelligent, illustrious, illuminated even, the great Laura Malcolm. And she, my God, sludged through the mud and the crap. She was there the whole time. Laura, how are you? How you feeling? Have you shaken off the stink?
Not quite, but I see you're still not feeling quite right. What's with the white thing on your ear there?
Well, listen. So I was tuned out. I missed everything. It seemed to me like there was a new fashion trend going on, and I was hoping you could help me out. Something happened at the RNC, and I said, well, I wanted to be a part of the fashion trend. I'm still youthful. Okay, I wanted to know what
You're
was
still
happening.
hip.
So I decided to put it on. You tell me,
Okay.
did you see this?
Well, there's a reason for seeing so many of those, and you might be in a cult if you're wearing one of those,
No.
or identified as being in a cult as wearing one of those. And I just got finished wearing a diaper on my ear because of all the shit I had to listen to coming out of the RNC. But everybody there was wearing a variety of ear patch like post-it note things in solidarity with the Mr. missed by a millimeter himself.
Oh my God! You mean the shrapnel ear himself?
Yeah, patches.
Oh,
Patches.
so that's what this is. So what they're
Yeah.
doing is replicating the masters or the dear leaders patch in solidarity. If I knew that, I wouldn't have put it on. But I see you have something there for yourself.
Well, yeah, I've been reduced to wearing just the light maxi or the light panty liners now after the maxi pads from my ears bleeding from all the crazy talk, especially from those screeching MAGA women. Holy jeez, I don't know what pitch range they're in, but it's painful.
It's somewhere near. It's somewhere near the Appalachian Call of the Wild from Marjorie Taylor Greene. And listen, people, this is what's gonna happen. I don't know. I caught glimpses, and Laura, as she saw it, she sludged through this. We got some news coming at the end. We'll give you the news on Biden as if it matters. We'll give you the news on the shooter as much as we have, and we'll add things throughout. And I know that Laura, you have a special piece on the women of the RNC.
Yeah, we'll get around to that. But I may want to make another comment about fashion accessories. I gotta say that the MAGA merchandise team really missed out. They went with the t-shirts and the ugly sneakers. Could have made a fortune if he teamed up with Mike Pillow. They could have made millions with a tiny little thing for ears and little pillows. Yeah.
Oh no, that deserves.
Why did they go?
That deserves one of these. Hold on, that deserves one of these. Where's my hilarious music? Oh no, it's always gone when I need it. The hilarious music's always gone when I need it.
I know the feeling.
There it is. There it is. That deserves one of these. Here we go. Too funny. My pillow, where you at? Oh man, I love it. I love it. They would have made a fortune. I did hear that people started selling these because one thing they do have at the RNC is a mind to how to siphon money from everybody who follows them, and get it from them. So before we get to the big stuff, before we get to your absolutely amazing sequence here of the women, your segment that we're gonna get to, I didn't see anything. Give me an overview. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Not a little bitty thing. Well, it was trash from top to bottom. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I did catch some of the more outstanding moments, like wait a second, I've got my audio on here. I just got to turn it down.
Oh, no.
Don't know why I did that.
You said you caught some of the more amazing moments.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff that like the fighting between Gates and what's his name? Former speaker.
Yes.
Kev.
Yes.
Yeah, he was dancing around him. And, if you get up on stage, you'd get booed off. And everybody was ignoring him. He was trying to get into the camera. He was trying to photobomb everything, and people, the funder guys, trying to push him back, saying, "Hey, don't be an asshole." And he ran scurrying off. But then when his turn came to speak himself, nobody could believe it. I mean, he totally bombed because his face was just so weird. Have you seen any pictures of his face before and after?
I think
he had something going on. I don't know if it was Botox or he had the eyebrow weave or something. He had them.
Hold on.
It's a whole different face, and it looked even creepier.
Well, let's be honest.
Than before.
He looked like the if Yale Law School had a class on what is it? Had a class on the Botox. Well, I can't. Had a class on cross-dressing. If Yale Law School had a class on cross-dressing, where it's like you still have to wear a suit and tie, but you can make your face look as Broadway as you want, girl. You got this.
Life is a cabaret.
That's what I'm saying. As if it looked as if Yale Law School had a class on cabaret. But wait a minute now. You're bringing me to something that I did see. Would you guys like to
nanny taxes? I know absolutely nothing about nanny taxes.
You're required to pay taxes even if you hire a sitter for $50 a week.
Matt Gaetz.
Thank you, fellow Americans.
Yeah, who cares?
There's so many Matts and Mikes and
it's all
Kevins and Karens.
Would you guys like to have a couple more laughs? Because I did see.
Is Joel Osteen married that other creepy old guy with the one with the jets? You know the guy I mean?
Yes.
Who is that guy?
I don't know his name very well. I try not to stay up with the preacher crap. These guys with the fake preachers, like they just offend everything I believe in. Oh my God, these guys. But I know the one with the jets. There's a few of them with jets now. But this guy.
But.
Oh, so remember there was a time. Listen, good and decent people of YouTube, if you followed TGIF or Political Drain for a while, you may remember that we had a segment about how false and fake people like the Boberts and the Gates are, and why they always look like dolls. We plan on making a series of dolls, people, because we're gonna have an I Can Politic 2 doll with that will be representing Lauren Boebert. We're gonna have to have something for Gates. We're gonna have to get a doll for him that you can dress up and move his eyebrows.
Mr. Potato Gates.
Mr. Potato Gates. We need it, and it'll come with a Botox syringe, guaranteed. Sonia Core, good to see you in the chat. What's up?
Hey, Sonia, TGIF.
TGIF. So yeah,
I left mine off.
No, yeah.
I haven't worn one in 20 years or more.
She said her ear was bleeding, so she just got a pad instead. Listen, I thought it was a fashion statement. So, all right. So this guy's crazy, and that's the whole point. Is the insides are so ugly that some of these people just make their outside like Don Jr.'s wife there or fiance forever.
Gargoyle.
Yeah, Gilgamesh. It's tough. It's tough. So, what else? So he just spoke about. Well, before we get to the hour-and-a-half long speech, because before we get there, this fight. The fight wasn't the only. And that you said that was between Gates and former Speaker.
Kevin. And then Kevin went on to say things like, "Oh, I don't know if he was on something, but well, gee, he kept going on with the talking about, dishing out about the assertion that Gates said to him, stop this investigation if you want to keep the house, Kevin." So that feud's still burning hot.
Yeah, And you know what? They both deserve everything they get, because I heard that his speech also sucked. So and nobody clapped for Gates. So you know.
No.
Yeah.
No, they were too stunned by his face.
Yeah.
Plus, he just isn't all that, you know.
It seemed to me like he was the stunned one. But
yes. Exactly.
But did you see this? People,
For the Daily Wire, we're not interested in pandering. We are fighting a daily battle against.
Going to get to real news, I promise you guys. But I needed a recap. I was gone. I was off of politics besides the few things that I just had to talk about. But did you see this one?
Okay. Fucking hell! Are you kidding? Okay, bitches. Simon Bar Sinister has arrived. Let's get this farty parted. Oh shit, is that a nickel? Let me just, oh Jesus, ouch. God damn it. I've got martini legs again.
Sir.
I didn't know this one had all that cussing in it. Hold on. That was hilarious. Oh, let me find Forbes News will give it to us straight. I'm sure they will. With a little extra,
Scared ketchup is the best.
Oh my God. They had to pick him up. Did you guys see Drunk Rudy? Drunk Rudy.
You know what?
I want more. I want more. There has to be a better angle, people.
There was also someone, I forget who it was. I watched, somebody said that he was getting his face blotted by a makeup assistant, and he said the words, time to brush down the dog, woof woof.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, grooming time for the dog, woof woof.
And you see when
of course, it's Rudy. What do you mean he says shit like this, and yet people think he's a serious person.
Rudy.
I don't think anybody thinks he's serious anymore. He could have walked. Listen, he could have walked away.
I mean, he's having his brow patted by a makeup assistant. He's a person that what is he?
He is. He's not all there. And to be honest with you, I mean, having to have how many years with this psychomaniac Trump in his office every day, I'm sure it does something to the mind. It's got to be close to being in prison, like, or having to live with a serial killer. You change. But I have a feeling he was ridiculous before, because
are you giving them the Copenhagen defense or whatever it was? What do they call
what do you call it? The syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome.
No, but what
I don't buy it. They're a bunch of crooks. They've gone back to the 70s or something. They know who they are.
Yeah. People, one more time to laugh at Rudy, then we'll move on to something else. I need you to see this.
The champ is down. The champ is down. Well, I've heard of falling down drunk, but this, well, yep, that's falling down drunk.
I've never seen anything like this. It looked like he just looked over and fell. Like it was spinning.
And here come the state police to administer the breathalyzer. But no, Rudy tells them it's unconstitutional, and he doesn't have a driver's license anyways. Seriously, who would let that man behind the wheel of a car?
He doesn't have a law license either. I think they took that from him. I'm wondering when he's going to jail, but of course the wheels of justice seem to turn extremely slow for rich people. Who tried to steal elections. But all right, what else happened? Please catch me up.
Speaking of jail, he should be in one, but like today, just the other night, Navarro was speaking. He came fresh out of prison that morning and ran all the way to the RNC.
I heard about what did he say again? Hold on. Let's look this up.
He was cheered more than anyone there. He was like the big hero of the place, more than even Vance or Trump, I think. He got the biggest hero's welcome for having gone to prison over not responding to a subpoena to talk about what he already talked about and what he did. on January 6th with this Green Bay sweep plan of his.
Wow.
So he was the star last night. He definitely was the star.
People, we've talked about this before. In order to get cred in this cult, because let's be honest, if this is just a cult, like you realize, and it's not even like a cult that has, you know, a happy ending, like you're going into the spaceship later. It's not a cult, right? It's not a cult like you're going to end up in heaven before everybody else. It's literally a cult of just stupidity. Like, how much can you fleece me? And so in order to get credibility in this cult, you've had to do the dumbest, say the worst, or have gone to jail, it seems. But I want you guys to see the faces that I see. Whatever Peter Navarro said, it had to be the worst if they clapped for it. But I want you to see the faces of the people looking up at the felon who just got out of prison. Look at how they look, people. I'll stop there. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at them. They're fawning. They're fawning, people. Oh my God. Wow. Look at them. Oh, I've never had a girlfriend in my life. This is the closest thing to sex I've ever had. Navarro, come out, please. Navarro, come out. Don't pull out. Come out. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. This is a political convention, people. And here goes like that people like we're just here for the money. I know we have to stand next to the idiots, but we are only here because we want our tax cuts. Everyone else is an idiot. All right, let's see what this. I don't know what this guy had to say, but I'm sure it was ridiculous.
Yes, indeed. This morning,
Can you turn your volume up a bit? Someone in the chat said that you were mic'd low. I don't know if that's improved.
My mic is low. I thought I turned it up. Let me know if you can't hear me.
Of injustice, put me there.
Could be your phone.
Tonight, I'm here with you in this beautiful.
Well, I got the mic on. It might be because like whenever I'm playing the other stuff, one of them has to take. Guys, can you hear me? Let me know. Hello. Oh, I see. They seem like it's cutting in and out sometimes. Maybe I don't know. Let's take a look at my mic just to make sure. Just to make sure. The sound.
Okay, Darla says she can hear you. Okay.
All
hey,
right.
Darla.
All right. As long as everybody can hear me, then I'm good. So, yeah, man. My mic is up. I'll turn it just a little bit more just to make sure.
Well, I was going to say, it's like you said, it's a cult, but it's also, it's the mob mentality.
Yeah,
like
I mean.
You always wanted to be the big man at the top of the mob. What do you call them?
So.
The Godfather. God damn it.
There's another part to this too. Like you're right. The people who want power and see that they haven't won a popular election in 25, 30 years, realize that the only way to keep this power is to just go ahead and give them we'll just give it to the authoritarian. Like whatever we got to do to keep this, we'll keep it going. And that's a part of it. There's something else though. They've been cultivating since Fox News came on the scene in the 90s. They've been cultivating this anti-reality right now. Fox News, which was the biggest, unfortunately now we have even more than that, but Fox News is literally just got done paying off a lawsuit for lying to their people for so long that it hurt someone's bank account. And they're in the midst of another lawsuit for lying to the people. Like, if this is what it's been, Roger Ailes has been doing this since. They've been cultivating a group of people who no longer ask questions, who whatever you say, I'll do. Like, whatever. And it's gotten to this point that we have this cult of personality is all it is. Hey, should I wear one of these? What did the leader say? Is he wearing one? I'll wear one. Right? Hey, do I love God? What did the leader say? Well, leader said that God hates Mexicans. Well, yeah, of course. I knew that all along. I believed it. Right? Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm a big time Christian. Fuck that bitch though. On my shirt, I'll wear it. Why? Because it's cool. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Amen. Hallelujah. Right? They're becoming disconnected. And I had my first interaction with a Q person the other day. For the first time, Laura. And it opened my eyes. Here I was thinking that somehow that people were just, willfully ignorant or whatever it is. In about a 20-minute interaction, I realized that this person, whoever they were before now, this person no longer has any internal personality, no thoughts of her own. It got to the point where, and this is I was trying to tell my wife about it, and I couldn't describe. The only way I could describe it was when someone has received torture and empathy deprivation, like, as well as solitary confinement and torture for 6, 7, 8 months straight, sleep deprivation. For a year, when that person comes out, they're not the person unable. Like, if you made somebody believe that the number 2 didn't exist with these means, every time you said the word 2, they would hear tree, right? Like and to us it'd be like you're making it up. You know what I'm saying? And to them, they're literally the synapses that goes from the ear to the brain that says the word 2 means 2. They wouldn't be able to hear it anymore. It's gone. It's finished. It's dried up. It's beaten out of them, right? And that was what she reminded me of, because I consistently tried to talk, and anything that was beyond that she had to think about, for if it just went, she just started posting a picture of pedophiles. And I was like, wait a minute. We were talking about tax cuts. Why are you sending me this? Don't you know? Guantanamo. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. I'm with you. I'm willing to hear you out. I just wanted to finish our conversation about tax cuts that we were talking about. It was like it didn't exist. She's like, what don't you understand? What do you mean? It was gone from her mind. And I started to realize that not, of course, on that level, or not every Republican, but everyone who has to make it, everyone who wants to get the okay, who gets the stamp of approval, everyone at that RNC convention who has to wear one of these has some level of this deprivation reality. Like, they've been abused for years to the point where the comfort they get from being told a lie or a truth, no matter what, the comfort they get from being told what it is by the leader, by the master, by the okay crowd, you'll never pierce it. You'll never, ever pierce it. it was such a revelation to talk to this woman. I finally ended it with, I think maybe you need to get some help. And I know she, of course, is probably an extreme case, but it just opened my eyes to the fact that, no, it's not just some willful disillusion. It's not just some I'm going against the grain because I want to, because I don't like authority or whatever it is. It's literally the brain's response to having Fox News and other and 4chan and Tumble on all day long.
It's kind of like an opposite Pavlovian response.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna sit here and laugh about it, but it reminded me when I heard.
It's not a matter, but yeah.
Because we have to also survive. Like you can't sit here and the type of desperation that people are feeling after that. We're not going to give you that, guys. Like, we're going to laugh, and we're going to get to, actually, next we're going to get to your segment on the RNC women, Laura. But there's just a few other things that I saw that I thought maybe would give us a smile. Like, this is what's going on. This is what's going on at the RNC. Keep it light. But this is what's going on at the RNC. What's good?
Feast. The Mr. Beast box, only at Zaxby's.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
Oh, my God.
And they tried to kill the next president of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania roll again. Let Trump.
What I'm gonna do is take this screenshot and just press pause so you guys can see. This guy's got a red suit on. These people these people are here for a political convention. This is not WWF.
Ah, sorry about that.
No worries. This isn't UFC Fight Night. No, this isn't a comedy jam, comedy special. This isn't Saturday Night Live. Look at the people in the crowd. If at any other time in their house, any one of these people would say, would you turn off that Hulk Hogan stuff? What are you doing? Can we watch something else, some news or something? If at any other time you showed them the antics on that stage, but it wasn't on that stage, it was somewhere else that was supposed, if you brought it to work, they would look at their boss and say, come on, are you serious? Is this what we're doing? But here, the Pavlovian response is, yeah!
Make America great again! You know something, Trumpites?
Trumpites.
I didn't come here as Hulk Hogan, but I just had to give you.
Republicans doesn't exist. It's Trump. Trumpites. Trumpalicious, baby.
Little taste.
Somebody
as an entertainer.
Said it was like the After Hours Club in Vegas with Hulk Hogan, Kid Rock, like all these old hat loser has-beens, whatever's, leftovers.
I mean,
really weird things.
This guy got canceled.
Even Melania gave it a side eye.
Yeah. Melania was like, I'm way too posh for this. You know, I'm sure that she always knew her husband was like this, you know, just absolutely maniacal, self-aggrandizing, over-the-top figure, but he was rich. You know, she got what she needed. No big deal. Go for the gold, Melania. But I'm sure now the level of embarrassment that, you know, she deals with when she tries to go to polite society, I can only imagine like when she goes to Louis Vuitton and they say, we're not going to dress you. Are you kidding me? Like, what things she used to do, I can only imagine, like.
Yeah, that hurt her, and it hurt Ivanky, Skanky Vanky, and she's back in the picture, or at least pretending to be, standing behind Daddy.
Well, you know what? I will say this. I think that Ivanka really realizes, like, that she needed to separate from her dad for obvious reasons. I think she's intelligent enough to know that, okay, this is like really hurting my business chances. It's hurting a lot of stuff. Just being around him probably will get me indicted before long if I don't stop. Like, but then when somebody takes a shot at your dad, of course she's gonna be there. I'm not going to say she's pretending.
All right, fair enough.
I think that those things go out the window. Maybe for a little while. She might realize that she needs to, separate later. But I'll give her that. I understand there's still a real deal.
If Jerry gets too close to Washington again, he might get investigated. But yeah, let's go on with the circus.
So I'll tell you what. Let's get to the segment now, guys. I told you. I decided because after the shooting, I went 3 straight days and nights of just context, good news, the actual things that matter and not just things they want you to hear. I wanted to make sure we were here for that. After that, I'd had to take a break. Laura stepped in and had to sludge through all of this. And she has a list of the women of the RNC. And that's time for that segment, Laura. I thought this was awesome. Let's talk about it. What you got?
Well, I've got the whole list of women speakers in front of me. I have to admit, would not.
Yes.
Will not watch every single one of them. The ones that I did watch were bad enough. And I gotta say, speaking of Melania, with her catwalk red carpet moment there of her grand entrance on last night, the rest of these women seemed like they were all taking part in some kind of Donald pageant, but I don't know what the prize was supposed to be. I mean, the job of VP was already taken, and he's got Lara by his side now, and I don't know what they were waiting for, but yeah, the first one I saw was MTG out there, and everybody said it. It was so weird seeing her smile, and because we're so used to seeing her angry.
I hear you.
She did blow up right after that.
In today's video for Alpha Universe, I'll share some ideas.
She was not only making this big grimace, but she was chuckling behind it, which some people didn't catch because depending on the volume of their system, they might not have heard it. But I think it was on Jimmy Kimmel or one of the late night guys enhanced the audio, so it was just this weird chuckle, like she can barely hold back her inner rage and what she really wanted to scream about.
Yeah, I did hear what it is. I heard these pieces. Oh no, last night or the night before, getting ready for this, and I heard this thing in the back of her throat. What it is an uncontrollable, like fakeness, right? So the act has become the person, and so like when she's smiling, and she's hearing the crowd go like this, and she's going, keeping that's how she's keeping her smile going. It's become an affectation, right, of this act that she has to play. So let's just take just a quick look before we get demonetized here. Yeah, the pageantry. There it is. You hear that? I'm gonna turn off my mic.
Thank you. Today is a celebration. The American spirit is alive and well. And we have once again nominated for president the founding father of the America First movement, Donald John Trump.
It sounds like this guy. Let's hear it again. Some more.
Unfortunately, this is also a somber
All right.
rally, and for other attendees who were wounded. For far too long, the establishment in Washington has sold, yet hundreds of thousands of American born. Bless the United States of America.
Thank God. Hold on. Here we go.
The curve. Because Donald John Trump is the leader America deserves. God.
All right, I'll do one more time. There it is. If you don't hear it, I can't help you. But it gets creepier and creepier as the night went on. We'll do it one more time.
Again.
Yeah, if you heard it, let me know in the chat section. So, yeah, that was weird. So real quick, in case you're wondering, in case you're saying to yourself, hey, you know, she's about to get to, you know, the people, the firefighter who died, and you just fast forward right through that. Yeah, I did, because if it was, I don't want to hear her talk about it. That has to be okay. That has to be okay, because she's the number one proponent that goes against every gun legislation, that goes against every single gun legislation that provides those type of weapons to people who don't need them. So yeah, I don't need to hear her talk about how her thoughts and prayers. From her, I would rather legislation. Now, on the other hand, today was the funeral of the firefighter who passed away, style rifle, and you know, I hope his family is doing okay. I know that they're not happy, and they won't be emotionally okay for a long time. But I hope that that the prayers they're receiving will help them through it. And that's all I have to say about that. Everything else I have to say about that would just be a platitude and a fakeness. Because the truth is, I have the feeling that when it comes to my rights being taken away, he would vote for the person to take them all away from me. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh well, you know, he's a great one. He stood right behind Trump as Trump was talking about the vermin and locking people up and deporting them, rounding up everyone into concentration camps and then deporting them. So yeah, I feel for him. All life is important, necessary, and has worth. I'm not going to sit here and go any further on about that. I hope that's okay with you guys. So,
well, I have something to add to that. Is that hey, all of that what you said, and everybody knows that the widow didn't take the president's call because out of respect for her late husband, who was a MAGA supporter. She said she doesn't have anything against Biden, but that she didn't want to take his call for that reason. But as far as I know, I don't think, has he talked to them yet? He certainly wasn't at the funeral. And they're fine. They've got their reason. I mean, he whipped out $1 million check out of his pocket last night that was signed to them.
Yeah.
Plus, they've got a fund, whatever you call them, pay GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And which, oddly enough, is owned by the PayPal owner, inventor, whatever, big billionaire guy, Peter Thiel.
Yep. Yep. It all goes back.
It all ties in very neatly.
But hey, if you want to donate to them, that's up to you, people. You know, no amount of money will ever bring back a kid's father or a woman's husband.
Right. For the kids and the wife,
I'm
sure.
just not going to sit here and act like he didn't support somebody who I think is trying to destroy everything I believed in and fought for.
Well, hey, Trump at least kissed his helmet goodbye last night.
Gross. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
They do that kind of. They stunt. They take these situations but make stunts out of them, like ear patches. Like nothing is said about anything else. But you know, it's all using these grim, maudlin. What's the word I'm looking for? Morbid.
Yeah.
Things.
It's a lot of
imagery.
It's a lot of imagery.
Symbolism.
Symbolism, exactly. So this is what you do when you don't really have content. Symbolism works just as well. So after this speech, after Marjorie Taylor Greene was we find out that she's outside talking to media.
Where she takes a bite out of a Brit after holding back all that. Because after she was speaking, she was sitting in the family box and behind her hero, and no matter how hard she stared at that behind, she didn't get a backwards glance from the I saw.
I didn't see that video. I was so hoping that you would have given me that one because you said she was looking at the back of his head lustfully.
Yeah.
Really?
She was looking at that butt for a good long time.
I believe it because I remember how she treated the cardboard cutout.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I want to remind people exactly what that is. Let's go ahead and remind so you know I'm not just making it up because I'm making fun of her because I love making fun of her.
These Christian valued women have some pretty darn weird fetishes and behavior. I just gotta say.
But it wasn't just me that saw this. It's the MTG Donald cardboard. That's all I have to say because that's gonna be the first thing that exactly. You guys, can I get it? I don't want to have to go through all of the extra talking. Somebody just show me the cardboard. All right, we're just gonna have to go through it. They're gonna have to go through it. Here it is, guys.
It's hard to put into words the horrors that we've witnessed every day during our time here. Entire families coming to the emergency.
Lately, Congresswoman Marjorie Greene has had a lot of explaining to do. Let's add this.
Please.
Would say, I wonder. Okay, so, but if you're a Republican, family values are not important. Nothing is important.
There we go. And then I gotta do one more thing. I always do this. I just love this guy so much.
Watch closely. Watch closely.
He is. He's fantastic. This guy right here is great. Standing up in there in the mucky swamp. Diane always has him in the mucky swamp. Yeah. But it's amazing.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to entertain anybody who gives me any explanation for that. What I'm going to do is laugh at it and realize that she has succumbed to the powers of the strongman leader who promised her greatness and that the South will one day rise again. And as she descended from her North Georgia mountain through the bushes, dragging her knuckles, she sees this God and would even love in front of anybody. And I say this because immediately after she caught herself fondling the cardboard genitals of her orange God, Her face said it all. Like, dang, they got me, and I just got to keep talking. Watch.
This guy right here is great.
Watch.
Stayed up in there in the mucky swamp.
Watch.
Diane always has him in the mucky swamp. Yeah.
Oh. She was like, oh, they got me. There's the face. Hold on. Allow me. There's a great tool that we have on the internet. It's called Zoom. Can I zoom in? It won't make it any bigger. All right, so I'm done having fun with that. But that's the face of "You got me." I know it well. My 6-year-old uses it all the time. Especially
I was gonna say it's like a teenage girl with her tiger beat.
Especially my daughter.
Posters.
That was their face all the time. So that is hilarious. So all right. So now we're gonna go to the white suit, and then we'll go on Laura's Women of RNC. See what else she has. But you may want to see this, people.
My name is Eugene Vindman. Standing up to Trump cost me my career. I'm running for Congress to stand up to the MAGA Republicans who want to ban abortion and even ban books.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
Send me to Congress.
Oh, no. Oh, stop.
And I'll stop.
Hold on.
Your job is the press. You should report.
Cut for a second.
Okay.
Sad announcement here.
We're listening.
We got word in the chat that Rep. Sheila Jackson Lee has just died.
Oh no.
Thanks for letting us know, Sean. Damn.
Hey, Indy Ray.
That's awful.
Hey, Miss Indy Ray, thank you for joining us. We just found out in the chat that Representative Sheila Jackson Lee has passed. We were having a whole lot of fun and laughing, but we're not going to do that now. Just stick with us for 1 second. I'm just going to look it up and just see if we can give you that important news, or if it's factual. Well, I typed in important. What a dummy.
No, you're just talking and typing. It happens all the time. Hey, Mike Bronx, Indy Ray, Poochie Ann, of course, Darla, Gloria. Who did I miss? Benny Loco, Sonia. All of you guys and anyone who's just watching quietly, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, we're going to find out more about this sad news. In just a moment.
Dies at 74. I don't know who this KHOU11 is. Let's see.
I cannot get a friggin' break.
Relax and leave, believe, honor. What I'll do, I need to have.
I'm sorry to sound selfish, but that sucks.
That's true. I want to have a. Well, we need as many people as we can who care about others' rights and the minorities. So I need to have at least before we say what's going on, guys. We always make sure we have at least 3 reputable sources. One that says she died at the age of 74, and there's the actual how you spell it, because I'm an idiot. So KHOU and The Hill 74, and CBS says it as well. That's 3 for me. That's good enough for me, man. Oh, man.
74 is too young. Way too young.
All right, guys. Let's just watch this.
Lee is battling pancreatic cancer. 74-year-old Democrat said that she's undergoing treatment. Lee was first elected to Congress in 1994. She recently won her party's primary and moved on to the general election in November. In 2012, Lee said that she was cancer-free about a year after being diagnosed with breast cancer. and at least one person is dead. 24 others were.
Okay. Oh, man. Well, so let's give a quick moment of silence for that. We'll move on because we don't know enough, and I don't. We'll make sure that when we cover this, it'll be done with the reverence and the dignity that it deserves. So for right now, just a quick moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. So we will be on that. I guarantee you. I promise you. We'll have that for you by the weekend, all we can, and everything we know. We're gonna go back because life does not stop for the rest of us. We're going to do the work that she would love us to, which is about injustice and the absolute.
You got to carry on the work. Carry on the work.
So, what else we have, Laura? Are we going to? Do you want to go to what Marjorie did with that reporter?
Back to that B6. She
right back to it, huh?
The dumb B6 went back to being herself instantly, quite like what many of them did, is they put on their little charade carnival face and then they go right back to being goddamn B6 PABs.
Straight up troglodytes.
So you got it lined up there.
I got it.
Attacking
not
asking
lie about. You don't get to
basic
ask any more
question.
questions.
Right here. And I'm going to start from the beginning, because how quickly it turned was the hilarious part about this, guys. Let me tell you something. This is what happens. This is how fascism wins. I know this is going to be funny, but in the back of your mind, I just want you to remember, Bruce Lively said this. To them, asking questions or stating facts is something that only fake news does. Making the person they're talking to look good because it's the RNC Convention is something that real news does. This is why they want to get rid of everyone who doesn't just say what they want them to say. When you hear this, you'll understand why. There's no misrepresentation here. You'll see the whole thing.
Very excited. I was the first member of Congress to endorse J.D. Vance when he was running for Senate. And I vetted him pretty closely, of course, because I'm one of those strong President Trump supporters.
This is a man who compared him to Hitler, though. Isn't that concerning?
Let me finish. I vetted him on his statements, his articles he'd written. And of course, you know, JD's an American. He can change his mind. And
first dig. Of course, JD's an American. He can change his mind. They can change their mind in the UK too, dumb broad. Listen, that was meant to be, we're in America. We're in America. She does that to every foreign reporter. I would bring them all up if I felt like dealing with the time and looking at her stupid face. And she gets no respect from me. And if you're expecting to hear anything from me, you should know better than that. Come on already. Come on. She gets none. Almost everyone else will get it. She gets none. All right. That's the first dig. And all she did was say a question that was true. Do you know J.D. Vance said more than one time in print that Donald Trump was like Hitler, and there's no way he could ever vote for him? His words exactly, I'm also a never Trumper. This is what the lady asked of her. This is her response because her brain was too slow to take it all in when it first started. It just starts to amp up as she thinks about how stupid she sounds as she keeps talking. And her knuckles can't reach all the way to the floor to comfort her like she's used to.
What changed his mind is he watched President Trump in his first presidency, and it was the policies and the decisions President Trump made in his first 4 years that changed his mind. And, you know, I really respect that, and I think Americans have the right to change their mind.
Second big.
Especially based on someone's actions, not their words. And so when people are judging J.D. Vance, I think they can also look to see that we can watch his actions. And as a senator, I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of the legislation that he's voted on. I'm proud of the work that he's done on the committees he serves on. And I'm really excited President Trump picked him.
So Vance, he said that the UK could be the first Islamist country with nuclear weapons under the new Labour government. Doesn't that paint a sour picture for relations with the UK?
Well, let's talk about the words of the Democrats and Joe Biden that have also labeled President Trump as a fact.
No. She's asking you about those words. The Democrats didn't pick J.D. Vance, dumbass. This is the RNC. The only person who's talking about the things they should be talking about isn't MSNBC, is not CNN, it's not CBS, it's not ABC, it's not TYT, it's the Midas Touch, it's Political Drain, it's whoever this beautiful, amazing reporter is. Because during the RNC, I wasn't supposed to rant, Laura. Remember that? This was supposed to be funny. I wasn't supposed to rant. This is it, I promise. During the entire RNC, the Republican National Convention, when the Republicans get their bump because all coverage is about them, all we could hear about was Biden is old and Trump looks serene. Finally, somebody comes here and asks the question to one of these bums, this leather face, fake tooth, knuckle-dragging bum whose American flag pin is an affront to my service and my opinion. What about what J.D. Vance said? You can't answer it because you vetted him. That's a lie. You don't know what that means. I know you don't. You can't read. You're smarter than a fifth grader? Wrong.
Fascist, labeled all of us as Nazis and Hitler, completely lied, demonizing him so much so that a young man, a 20-year-old...
And there it is. There it is. J.D. Vance compared him to Hitler. She says Americans can change their mind. Now she says...
Demonizing him so much so that a young... of the Democrats and Joe Biden that have also labeled President Trump as a fascist, labeled all of us as Nazis and Hitler, completely lied.
Did you hear that, Laura? Did you hear that one? She says, the lady who's doing the reporting asked her, did you know J.D. Vance called him Hitler? Well, that's not a big deal. They can change their mind. Well, what about what else J.D. Vance says? Well, the Democrats call us Hitler, and that means that's why they got shot. Which one is it, Marge? It's not that bad? Or does it get people shot? Which one is it? You troglodyte? You bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Lied, demonizing him so much so that a young man, a 20-year-old, which is hard to imagine, actually climbed onto a roof and tried to murder President Trump.
You said that the Democrats wanted the shooting of Trump to happen.
Let's talk about people like you.
People like you. And here it goes. All she did was ask questions that are on the record. Hey, are you silenced? Can I hear you, Laura?
Oh, dang it. I was muted there. Sorry. I didn't say anything of importance.
Just checking. So, people, immediately, this reporter has not said anything false. She only asked 2 questions, and they were pertinent questions that you should expect after electing or nominating J.D. Vance as your VP. Listen to what she says.
Let's talk about people like you.
But where's your
that
evidence of those
demonize
claims?
people like me.
Demonize people like me. The question was, in case you didn't hear it, because she was opening her fat mouth for so long, the question was, after somebody took a shot at an ex-president, and everybody was asking everyone to tone down, including you, I got a video about it, check it out, you wrote, and I quote, "This is a fight against good and evil, and the Democrats just tried to murder President Trump without any evidence of who was the shooter. And the Democrats wanted Trump dead." Another quote. That's what she's asking about. And instead of answering it, this horse face, leather-skinned, arachnophobia-looking, crypt from the Valley of the Dead with makeup on, face too white for the lobster red skin that has been burnt and tanned in the sun from living in the high mountains for too long amongst the hillbillies, who's come down to play with the city folk. Huh? Instead of answering for what she said, she says people like you demonize me. You're a demon. That's why. Demon on purpose. You write words that destroy on purpose. That's why.
Let's talk about people like you.
But where's your
that
evidence of those
demonize
claims?
people like me, President Trump. You know, I have some of the most highest amount of death threats because of people like you.
Because you said that the Democrats are pedophiles, all of them. They're evil, and they want people dead. That's why. That's why. We can find a reason why. You lobster-skinned, I'm not even...
Because you choose to only take certain words from people, and then that's what you want.
Those are the only words that matter. That's why. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say anymore.
To report. Shame on you. Shame on you.
But
Because
where's your evidence?
no. You're the problem. And where's this woman from?
The Times.
You're
London.
from the Times? Okay, you're ridiculous. And you're the problem in our country. You lie about people like me. This is the first time you've ever talked to me. I want you to know, I'm a regular person like you. I'm also a mom. I have 3 kids. And we have to put up with the most unreal amount of bullshit because of little liars like you.
Be a better mother. You're a failure. You're a failure. That's why you have to put up with little liars. You're the little liar. Your kids are going to suck, unfortunately. Because they see what you do every day. You're a failure as a mother. As an example of how to be decent, honest, kind. I'm sorry for your children. I pray for them. You having children is going to ruin the nation. I wished you would have just kept it closed. You like them apples? You get to say anything you want, and you think no one can ever say anything back. You call people pedophiles. You say, I'm a T1 directly, bitch. So I will not hold my tongue, and you're not even in front of me. I just can't stop. But if somebody shares this with her, please have her contact me. teamboxcutter@gmail.com. So I can say it to her face. That's what we need. That's what we need. By the way, purchase the merch. It should be somewhere down there. We got that I dissent shirt.
I dissent all the way.
Being sported.
I dissent.
And I've got consequences. Bad built, bleach blonde, bad built butch body. You don't get to just talk all day about who's evil and ignorant and pedophiles, and who wants people dead, and not get anybody to talk back to you. You stupid bad makeup having fool.
Me. I want you to know, I'm a regular person like you. I'm also a mom. I have 3 kids. And we have to put up with the most unreal amount of bullshit because of little liars like you that take your job and turn it into political activism. Your job is the press. You should report the news.
J.D. Vance just got nominated vice president. She's trying to get the news from you. The problem is you have none. The only news you have is how wide you're going to open your mouth and how dirty your knees will be after Trump becomes elected. That's the only news you have. That's the only news you want to give. Will Trump's privates ruin your dentures? That's the only news you have. You won't talk about anything else because she's asking you serious questions.
Not lie about. You don't get to ask any more questions. I'm done with you because you're the cause. You're
One
the
more
cause
thing. You
of
call
our
the
country.
Democrats a
No.
party
You're
of
the cause of
pedophiles.
our
Do you have any
country being
response to that?
divided. You're the cause of our country being divided. You're the cause of President Trump almost being assassinated. You're the cause of everything wrong
where's
in
your
America.
evidence for those claims?
No, you're done.
What's the evidence
You're done.
of those claims?
Yeah, go back.
Thank you.
Is J.D. Vance going to be the candidate?
Sure. The best part, Laura, was this. Oh, I never saw this part. Oh, this is too good. The best part was the reporter simply said, "What's the evidence of those claims?" What's the evidence you have of those claims? You're done. I guess so. Because you have yet to answer. What's the evidence of the claims that you're making about me? Oh, let me just see 1 second what she said.
I told you that was going to be quite something. There's Joe Crawford, our reporter, talking there to the representative, the Republican pro-Trump representative in Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia. Joe is sitting here with me now, looking, Joe, remarkably composed after all of that. I can testify personally, because I know you. It's not your fault that America's divided. Let me say that.
All right. Thought it would be fun, but we got other women to go to. You had quite a list here. We don't have to do videos for all of them, but let me get some more honorable mentions here. The list of the women of the RNC. What else you got on your list here?
Well, of course, there was Kellyanne Conway.
Oh.
Kellyanne Conway, separated or divorced from George Conway now, who made another pageantry posing appearance. I don't remember anything she said, but whatever she said, she was fact-checked by her own daughter.
Oh.
I have a link to that. Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. I gotta see that.
And her ex George has just come out today with the news about their new psychopath. .org.
We'll take a look at that at the end, guys. I definitely have got real news a little bit at the end after this segment.
You have alternative.
Not alternative news. We have some other news for you that we'll throw in at the end here after Laura's awesome list of the lady. Awesome list of lady RNC people. Let's watch this.
When the media has to come out and fact check a politician and say, they lied about this. Oh, they were totally wrong about this, right? That's humiliating. But it's even more humiliating when a member of your own family has to come out and publicly fact check you. And unfortunately for Kellyanne Conway, her daughter Claudia had to do that very thing this week after Kellyanne posted a praising post on social media. He said, Senator J.D. Vance represents a new generation of America First warriors. His life experiences and vision equip him to fight for the forgotten men, women, and children alongside President Trump. Let's win in 2024. To which Claudia Conway replied to that tweet and said, thought he called Trump Hitler. He did. Thought he said he opposes marriage equality and abortions for rape and incest. Oh, right. He did.
Oh.
So with those few sentences, Kellyanne Conway got called out by her own daughter in front of the entire world on social media.
Unbelievable.
That's got to sting, right?
I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Well, you know, she's told the truth about her mom all over Twitter a couple of years back.
You know what? I never.
Poor girl has been through it.
Really? I knew that her husband was like completely against everything she was doing, but I never really heard about the daughter. So
yeah,
this isn't the first time, huh?
Sad. But George looks great these days.
He still looks very weird to me. I gotta be honest.
But
hey, I like what he's saying.
Lost a lot of weight, and he's not Matt Gaetz weird looking.
no Botox. Oh my God.
So.
And
maybe
hair,
a little bit of flesh removed or something.
And hair product. Oh my God.
But
okay.
You can't be transgender.
Yeah, no, he can't. He can't be a cabaret. Can't go for the cabaret. All right, what else you got?
Okay, we got Carrie Lake should have been buried in a lake. I don't know.
Oh.
Again, I didn't listen to much of her, but she just ranted on.
Her career should have been buried in the lake. Political drain does not stand behind the statements that we want someone buried in a lake after this weekend. These are not the official. That is Laura Malcolm's statements.
Okay.
What else we got?
Not bury people in a lake at home. We had Kimberly Gargoyle screaming, and Kimberly, that one monotone yell she has.
Oh God! What do we have that video? Or you got something else? Do we have that video?
Yeah, I got a little short clip of the gargoyle. Here you go. I'll send it.
We'll first, and then while you're sending me, let's see what Carrie Lake, whose career needs to be.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Oh,
adjust up to 30 degrees cooler to warmer on your side.
If the
Arizona Senate candidate Carrie Lake, failed gubernatorial candidate Carrie Lake, rightful winner in her mind of that race.
All of the talking.
Delusionally, Carrie Lake. She appeared at and spoke at the Republican National Convention. I want to play
as well.
Seeing it much worse in MAGA right now. And so Carrie Lake perpetuates this really horrifying and dangerous notion in her speech.
Oh, this is MAGA energy tonight, guys. Love it. Oh, wow. This room, America, I wish you were in this room with us. This is electric. Hello, America. Welcome, everybody who's watching at home, and welcome everybody in this great arena tonight. We love you all.
Hey, Sean.
Actually, wait a minute.
Poochie.
I don't mean that. I don't welcome everybody in this meeting, in this room. The guys up in the fake news, frankly.
Mike Bronx. I think I said that to everybody.
All right. Frankly, you guys up there in the fake news have worn out your welcome.
Why don't you kick them out? Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you just has worn their welcome? Turn the cameras off, Carrie. That's what you want? Let's turn all the media cameras off. Let's do that. Sounds good to you, doesn't it? Huh?
Right after that, she pulled the same trick MTG did. She attacked maybe even the same Brit reporter.
And his amazing patriotic supporters. Actually, guys, they lie about everything.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so is that on the same clip, her attack?
The one I just sent you? Oh, no, no, the attack on the Brit reporter from Lake.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't need it. We don't need it. I'll take your word for it. It's Carrie Lake. What are we doing?
Just the same old, F you, we hate globalists and Soros and whatever else.
Globalists. Another word for the Jews, huh? That's all right. Listen, once they get done otherizing the Hispanic population, and there's no more they can do with that, you know who's next. Black people have always been on the plate, served up first. So we're not even going to talk about that. We found all types of ways to get around it. But it's the Jews coming next after that, for sure. Let me get, what you just sent me, where was it? On Drain Chat? Let's see it.
This is with the gargoyle one.
Yes, Lord have mercy. What's going on?
If you were wondering why school is important,
oh yeah, I saw this.
It is no wonder that the heroes who stormed the beaches of Normandy and faced down communism sadly say they don't recognize our country anymore.
Yeah, so first of all, the soldiers who stormed the beaches of Normandy are roughly between 98 and 102 years old today. Pretty sure they're not chatting up Don Jr.'s girlfriend. And second, those soldiers weren't fighting communism, they were fighting fascism. In fact, the communists in the Soviet Union were allied with the US against the Nazis. But if you want to know why Kimberly Guilfoyle didn't want to rightly condemn the fascists, it's probably because she didn't want to criticize her own party.
Oh, God. Laura, she said they were storming the people who stormed the beaches of Normandy to fight communism are horrified at the America they see today. I'm sure they are. It's full of worms. You having fun yet, guys? Thank Ganja Friday. What else you got, Laura?
All those jokers with their makeup melting off and their real clown selves underneath. Well, yeah. Well, let's keep going.
Oh, God.
I see Lara Trump is the de facto RNC queen.
We have a Laura Trump clip.
Oh, not really. But gosh, but that reminds me.
I don't need a clip of her.
Donald Jr. Had his daughter speak, and there's a clip of him and his daughter in the makeup room getting ready, and he says, they're gonna make me look sexy just like you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
Oh.
That poor kid. She's like 12, 13.
That's all right. Because if she was going up an escalator, Trump would have said in 10 years he'll be dating her too. Yeah. And when they asked Trump about his daughter, what do you have in common with your daughter? I wasn't going to say sex, but what does that even mean? What do you mean you have sex in common with your daughter? What does that mean? That
Sean says he thinks she was 17. Still, it's weird. It's his daughter.
They're going to make me look sexy like you. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever said that about my daughter. I got 2 of them. Wow. Yeah, maybe, it's too gross. I won't say it. I'm done.
So then I guess the last one is Mrs. Vance. Usha got up there and was politely tolerated by the crowd. Jolly good show.
Wait a minute. So, before we get to that, I saw something on the list. And we don't have to watch Katie Britt, guys. You know what that is. I have a feeling that will just kind of make me weird.
Katie Britt. All the Vaseline was being shared backstage to keep those grins on her.
What did Sarah Huckabee Sanders say? Well, give me a synopsis.
America, Trump isn't finished with America yet. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Threaten us with a good time.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys. So, a grand finale. I want to get into J.D. Vance's wife here. I'm sure that you got. Let me see. Did you send something?
Hmm?
No. Did you say something about Vance's wife speaking?
Yeah, she spoke. She introduced him.
Okay. Let's see. Here it is. At RNC.
Go right to it, but.
An uneven, awkward embrace. Let's see if this is it.
Yeah. Oh no, that was Melania. That one. But I don't think I sent you a clip of Usha Vance talking. Did I?
I don't think so, but that's all right.
Oh, we skipped over. What's her name? Haley. Nikki frickin' Haley. Nikki frickin' what the frickin' Haley.
Oh Lord.
Had to come explain yourself. She wasn't originally invited to the RNC, and then I think just at a day or two before it started, she got called in to speak.
Whoa.
And,
yeah.
Hand it over. Get on the knees.
All right. Do we want to talk? Do we want to see her? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at this because I at least want to hear what
we talked about already in a different segment the fact that Nikki Haley, former South Carolina governor, has now endorsed Trump despite
Christie has to
saying
say about
so many things about how unqualified Trump is to be president, and running against him, being the last one to remain in that primary competition. Haley endorsing Trump at the RNC, a globally shameful moment.
I'll start by making one thing perfectly clear. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Can he get up? He's stuck.
So Trump clearly thrilled there. And remember that he called her all sorts of things, and she called him all sorts of things. But one of the things he called her was Bird Brain. That was her nickname, Bird Brain.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's getting to observe as she goes out and tells the world, hey, you remember when I was saying all those things about how Trump should never be president again? JK. Never mind. I still want a career in Republican politics. Well, Chris Christie was not happy with this, as he shouldn't be, and had this to say.
As for Nikki Haley, I'd just say this. We have enormously challenging times in our country right now. And what we need are leaders who have the courage of their convictions. And what we saw in her speech tonight was neither courage nor convictions. It was really tortured ambition. And she was on that stage because she's tortured by her own ambition. She had to go up there if she wants to run again in 2028 in her own mind. And that was more important than her standing up for the things that she represented to the voters in the Republican primaries about Donald Trump being unfit, unhinged, just unqualified to be president of the United States. So I think when people who were supporting Nikki Haley in places like New Hampshire and Iowa look at this speech tonight, what they're going to look back on is not be persuaded by Nikki Haley to vote for someone. They're going to be ashamed they voted for her in the first place.
Wow. Ashamed they voted for her in the first place.
These are facts.
You had a lot of...
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you remember what she said, but like she literally, I think he says it at the end here somewhere. I remember, hold on, let's see.
If you mock the service of a combat veteran.
Yeah, her husband is a combat veteran of whom Trump mocked. Just like how Trump called Cruz's father the killer of JFK. I can't. I sound like MTG. I'm giggling too. I sound like MTG on the mic. Oh, God. Oh, shenanigans. He said his wife was ugly. Oh, man. These guys are the worst.
So has Trump. He's gotten more unstable and unhinged. If you mock the service of a combat veteran,
You don't deserve a driver's license, let alone being president of the United States. He was thin-skinned and easily distracted. It's not normal to spend $50 million in campaign contributions on personal court cases. It's not normal to threaten people who back your opponent. Donald Trump is turning the Republican Party into his own playpen, where it's all about him.
Hey, are you pouring the sand? Are you pouring the sand? Or are you one of the play dolls? Are you one of the playthings? Are you pouring the sand to build the playpen? Are you one of the playthings for His Majesty's pleasure? I'd like to know. You can only be one of the two.
He's not qualified to be the president of the United States.
Now I see neither were you.
Not.
Yeah, outstanding catches. Laura, thank you for these catches. Thank you for the catches here. Because, you know, someone like me, I stay away from speaking about women in bad lights. Not that I'm afraid to do it, but it's just...
Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
B6 is not a woman. So
well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm not talking about troglodyte, bare-skinned idiots. I'm talking about women. I will never, ever give her the respect that she believes she deserves. She is a disgrace to her family, and her kids are worse off because she's still their mother. If she had given them up for adoption, they would have had a better chance. But unfortunately, she decided to stay, so they have to deal with that for the rest of their lives. And America will have to deal with the aftermath of however she chooses to raise them. That's the facts. You don't like it, I apologize, for offending your ear. Now, what do you say we get to the last bits of real news here?
for sure.
People, it's late. It's 11:50. We started at 10:15. We've gone a long time. We got some real news. First of all, the news is because we're news quoting news. We have to say, at least we have to let you know the honest truth is the calls for Biden to leave the candidacy are at a fever pitch, at a boil. The more disgusting channels like MSNBC will tell you that they have insider information that he is definitely going to do it by the end of the weekend or whatever. The more measured channels like CNN will tell you that maybe it's not imminent, but it's very close. The overall, when Keith Olbermann, the number one champion of Joe Biden, tells you that he probably has to leave, the idea that he probably will is very strong. I personally think that the Democratic Party is a bunch of millionaires and billionaires who will destroy all of us for the chance to make an extra dollar and to take our vote away. And even knowing that, they're 1 billion times better. If that happens, I'm still voting blue, but they will still get my ire. Don't think for a minute that we don't know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Don't think for a minute that we don't know what we're doing and why we're doing it. And it's not because we like you. It's because we are more afraid of what will happen. But the very I promise you, this channel, and this is what I meant. If you've ever seen the new commercial that we have telling you to subscribe because we promise we won't let you down, this is what we meant. I promise you, political drain, if they kick Biden out, we will do everything we can and give you every resource to ensure that you vote Democratic, and don't be stupid and throw your life and country away because you're mad. But we promise you, the day after the election, if they're elected, we will do everything we can to reform, destroy, or rejuvenate the Democratic Party. We will do for every single person who decided that it was more important to keep their tax breaks than it was to keep their country. Political drain will not be a sycophant for the Democratic Party. We're voting democratically because Trump and people and fascists are on the other side. That's the only reason. And we're intelligent enough to make the difference, to understand the difference. On the day after the election, if this is how it goes down. As a matter of fact, since this is what they wanted to do, I don't care if this is how it goes down. On the day after the election, if Biden wins, I guarantee you, political drain will do everything it can to destroy, dismantle, or rejuvenate the Democratic Party and get rid of its millionaires and billionaires. We will try to run candidates. We will try to find candidates. We will search for candidates. We will find funding. We'll make a PAC if we have to ensure that there will always be someone to fight for us on the left side. So don't get it twisted. Yes, we're going to have to vote for whoever they throw up there. No, we're not happy to do it. That's the facts. And I wanted to tell you that up front. He may not. It looks like he's not going to. That's the news. Here's what AOC has to say about it.
But that's an aside. That's what I'm here for in terms of work. I'm here because I want to talk to you all about all of this craziness that you see in the media about Joe Biden. And I'm just ripping the Band-Aid off because I think that it's really important that people get the straight truth. And I feel like there has been a lot of smoke screens that have been going on about this, and that people have not been getting told the full story here. And I want to put all my cards out on the table because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm telling you that as who I am. I do not have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going on, but I believe that you all deserve to know what I see in this moment as I see it. And I'm gonna take you through my thinking, and if you disagree with it, and if you think it's terrible, and if you think I'm wrong, that's fine, but I at least want you to know what I see, and we can all come to our own conclusions. All right? So let's get into it. We saw, 2-3 weeks ago now, the president debated Donald Trump. And that debate sucked, okay? It sucked for everybody. Donald Trump sucked. Joe Biden didn't do well.
He sucked.
To say the least. And it was just not great. I think, to be very frank, it pretty pretty closely captured what I think a lot of the mood in the country is right now.
Okay, so she starts there. She tells about the idea that everything is coming from this one single stupid debate. What she gets into afterwards, there's more. This is the whole hour, so we won't give it to you. What I want you to do, I'm going to show you some highlights that talk about the things that matter.
It's about the data. And again, I'm not here to dismiss people. And I think it's very important to say, for anyone who doesn't agree with me is a bad person or lazy or corrupt or whatever. And I legitimately believe that this is a situation where a lot of people are motivated by very shared goals and may look at the landscape of things and come to different conclusions. So I want to say that because I want you to see what I'm seeing. This class of donors, decision makers, power players, etc., started to waver after the debate. And they're looking at the polling and they're looking at the performance and they're saying all of these things and they're saying, we need to jump ship. Now, I think there's a couple of things there, but let's say you're convinced by that argument. I'm not entirely, by the way, because I have not seen the fully laid out bulletproof data case. It's also July,
right?
But I told.
All right, come on, girl.
Fine. But we need to me, like, I'm looking at a lot of different things, and I want to communicate some things, even if you don't hear a name to be enrolled and certified on their ballot even before the convention. And that's not because of Democrats, that's because of Republicans. And to people, there are some people that quibble and they say, oh, well, that's not really true because they actually passed this other law that allows the deadline to change. That law that allowed that deadline to
audio is slow for the viewers on AOC.
Okay, audio's low on AOC.
I'm gonna mute mine.
Okay.
Enacted and enrolled something like 60 or 90 days after passage, which now puts us in a legal gray zone.
So if you didn't hear that, what she's saying is even if you decide to get someone else right now, today or yesterday, there are still states where you'll be in a legal gray zone with Joe Biden off the ticket because the people there voted for Biden. And so to get the next person on the ticket and to do what's necessary legally would be in a gray zone. And not only are you pissing off the people who voted for Biden, but say everybody's okay with it, still stand the chance of losing that state because we can't get on the ballot. Would be to beg the Republican majority of that state to make a concession for us. Out of the love of your heart, would you please let us get on the ballot? I mean, we reached across the aisle, and we just know that you'll be a gentleman.
Don't be suckers, you dumb dams, god damn it.
So whether you think it's above board or whether you don't think it's above board, I can tell you that it is guaranteed, and it is virtually guaranteed, and it has been confirmed by the Republican Speaker of the House that Republicans are already preparing legal challenges to any name change on the ballot that may happen, occur, arise, or be possible.
So I'll end it there. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and click this quickly so you can watch the whole thing for yourself. It is so informative. So necessary. Okay? So necessary. I am grambling. I Am Grambling is the name of the channel. Congresswoman AOC spills the tea. As a matter of fact, forget it, people. I'm putting it in the chat. There's no way I expect you to remember all of that. There you go. Go there. Look at it.
Link.
Click the link. Go there. It's so necessary. Take as long as you need to watch it, days or whatever. But understand this. This is the last bit of the Biden news. And we give news and context. Not like the fake. Okay, I'm not doing it, Laura. Right. You see, you heard it coming. You heard it coming. They suck. The context of the news is he's supposedly going to make this decision, and the decision is already, for the people who are quote-unquote insiders, say he's basically already gone. He's already going to make that decision. A few other sites say that, you know, he basically has. I don't know what any of that means. I hope he stays in. But in case...
He came out today with a statement saying he's staying in. His spokespeople went out today and said he's staying in. Why can't they take I'm staying in for an answer?
And I now, because I have the greatest co-host in the history of Earth, I get to answer that question because it's the segue into what you need to see next. This is why they can't answer that question. This is why. This is why they will not take the answer they get.
Check out.
Run by millionaires and billionaires.
Same enemy is wavering, disturbed, and belligerent. This result is not doubtful, Lincoln said. We shall not fail if we stand firm. We shall not fail if we stand together. Because so said Lincoln then, and so says a watchful and very worried nation now.
The very same people right now calling on Joe to resign are the very same people who would have decimated Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren the second they accepted the nomination back in 2020. This Democratic Party is run by millionaires and billionaires. They're fine if Donald Trump wins. Now, they'll be upset if Trump wins because they won't be in the loop if he wins. And they need to be in the loop. They knew if Bernie won, they wouldn't be in the loop with Bernie either. They want to be in the loop. What's the point of having all that money if you can't dictate policy?
Damn. I think your mic is muted. Shoot.
Good.
After all that.
No, I will say it again. This is why. That is why. Because the class of people who are trying to push Biden class and the class of entrenched and deeply seated Democrats who have a larger portfolio when it comes to the stock market than they have an investment in their community. That's why. That's why. The reason why is because the donor class didn't pay them to get a good country. The donor class paid them to get whatever it is they wanted in return. And they're not worried that Biden can't win. They're just saying that if Biden doesn't win, Trump isn't really that bad for me. It doesn't matter to them if Trump wins. That's why. Biden says that he's going to keep the tax cuts. I don't want that. George Clooney has no problem and has never seen anything wrong with Epstein. Took pictures with him. I've never seen anything wrong. But all of a sudden he comes out of conscience. Because he thinks Biden can't win?
Go back to Italy.
The truth is, you're naive. You're naive if you believe that. And it's not your fault. Because no one has told you that Nancy Pelosi, that Chuck Schumer, no one has told you that these people are entrenched, embattled in their seats and positions. And those seats and positions will not. They don't mind if Trump wins. They don't want him to win. It's not as good. But the people who you see fighting for him are the people who come from bars in the black neighborhood in New York. The people who are fighting for him are the people who are fighting for civil rights in Texas. The people who are fighting for him are the people who never had everything given to them and don't have a portfolio and in stocks longer than the investment and their community. Those are the people who are fighting for him. Look it up. That's why. Number two.
There are now reports that $90 million in donations are being withheld from the Democratic Party. The spigot has been turned off. They're saying until Joe Biden quits the ticket, the $90 million that were pledged, you're not going to get it. Get rid of them. The donors have turned their backs on Joe Biden. And trust me, it's not because Joe repeatedly promises to allow Trump's tax cuts for the very wealthy to expire in 2025. He keeps saying Trump's tax cuts for the richest 1% expire next year, and I'm not gonna renew them over and over again. But that has nothing to do with why the millionaires and billionaires are abandoning Joe Biden, because they don't care about money.
Right? The millionaires and billionaires don't care about money. That's not why. Number two, the context of the news of Joe Biden attack in the past 3 weeks, the context is that $90 million doesn't just go to Joe. It goes to the Democratic Party. And those who'd rather have the greenbacks, those who see their precious, those who wade in the sewer and have no problem with the stench, and poke their head out once in a while to tell you about gay rights, trans rights, and African American studies, don't give a shit how much it smells down there. And once the money starts to dry up, even those who said to you they would back him all the way, now find themselves on MSNBC saying he's got to go. That's why. That's why. That's the only reason why. Story number 2. Real quick. The shooter of last Saturday was, everybody knows who he is. We've got all types of stories on it, of course. The hardest thing about all of this is, number one, there is no logical reason as to why this person would do this. It seems almost as he has one statement in his social media, in social media where he's talking to a group of people, and he says, I gotta go. I'll be gone for the 13th, but I'll be back on the 14th. Obviously, letting them know, giving some sort of something so they're not looking for him. Number 2, he goes to Home Depot, gets it all done. He does the whole premeditated thing of him on any site, anywhere, with anybody. That's amazing that somebody goes to that level to try to kill a president and has never ever once anywhere said, I have disdain for him. I have disdain for this or for that. Has never once expressed an uneven emotion about politics. Not once. That's weird. We don't know what that means. Point number 2. His father said he thought he was at the range. To me, that means he's always at the range. That's probably why, because his dad didn't say he told him he was going there. His dad said he just assumed he was there. That means that he's been going to the range for a while. He wasn't a sharpshooter. At school, his classmates said he didn't make the team. He didn't make the rifle team because he was a bad shot. Someone, somehow, somewhere. He's been going to the range so much that when he's gone, his father believes that he just assumes he must be at the range. That's where he's been when he's gone. Point number 3.
Hi everybody, Eric Trump. I want
there.
to thank you so much for the tremendous support of my father. He's an amazing guy.
From the live. If you've seen it before, don't spoil it for the rest of it. So, last night I went live. It was a really short one, but it was only because I saw a headline from Keith Olbermann that I found to be very disturbing. And at the end of it, I had an equally disturbing take, but it was vague. People asked exactly what I meant by that, so I decided to make this video to show you exactly what I meant by that. I wanted to give you all the information that I used that caused me to pose the question at the end and make a case for Russia's potential involvement in U.S. events to our own detriment, thanks to Tucker Carlson, the Russian asset. So, here's a clip from the live, the question at hand, and everything you need to come to your own conclusion. See if you see what I saw.
On the Wednesday edition of the Countdown podcast, what do you mean Tucker Carlson called Donald Trump a few weeks ago and warned him he might be assassinated if he chose the wrong vice presidential running mate? And then there was an assassination attempt. I'm quoting the New York Times. When word got back to Tucker Carlson a few weeks ago that Mr. Trump might be wavering on Mr. Vance, he intervened. Mr. Carlson phoned Mr. Trump and delivered an apocalyptic warning. Mr. Carlson told Mr. Trump in that June phone call that he believed that if he chose a neocon as his VP, an abbreviation for Republicans who favor using U.S. power to implant democracy abroad, then the U.S. intelligence agencies would have every incentive to assassinate Mr. Trump in order to get their preferred president. That was in paragraph 69 of Maggie Haberman's story. Shouldn't somebody be asking about the remarkable coincidence?
Yeah. Shouldn't somebody? So, before I go upstairs, I am not doing, I'm 2 days off of politics. I can't do it. I was reporting on all the stuff all night for like 3 nights straight. But when a headline like this comes out, just in case you didn't know, Maggie Haberman, New York Times, paragraph 63, so it seems, all I want to say is, hey, isn't Tucker basically a Russian agent right about now? I wonder how he knew. Just asking questions.
What they really want to do is subvert Trump with a running mate who agrees with the Democrats.
What I'm going to do is put the link to that show right there. You can see all of my evidence or all of the things that I think are funny. It's not evidence. What it is conjecture. It's just conjecture. That's it. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But everything says to me something else. I don't know what it is. But nobody else does either. And this is the context I have. And that's the news for the day. Biden supposedly is leaving. We hope not. If he does, we're going to flame those Democrats for it. But we're still going to vote for them this time because we have no choice. And we're smart and intelligent adults who realize that hard decisions are made every day, all day. And we care about our fellow Americans more than we do our pride. Okay? That's why. If you want context, if you want research, if you love to hear Laura's laugh and her fart gun and her whistle. Where's the whistle, Laura?
Oh, I didn't get to use it. I will in a couple of shorts this weekend because the RNC deserves it.
If you want a shirt that says I dissent, if you want a shirt that says consequences, haha, looking at Crockett versus old Marjorie Horseface there. Join us. Join us. We're small, but we're strong. And we will not let you down. Period. Thank Ganja it's Friday, people. Thank Ganja it's Friday. Thanks for joining us with us, spending the time with us. Laura, I'll give you the last word.
TGIF, Bruce. We got some more positive Biden news to relay over the weekend, I'm sure.
Okay,
I hope.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll be uploading over the weekend all the positive news. One thing we're not going to do is spend the entire 2-hour live show on whether or not he's running or leaving. We spent it on the thing. We spent it on what the Democrats should have been spending it on.
Yeah.
And when they tell you that, look at the polls. Remind whoever tells you to look at the polls that for 4 weeks now, every day, the Democrats have been saying their own president can't win. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, the polls are down because you've been shitting on them for 4 weeks. And the Republican Party hasn't had to say a word.
Yeah.
If I was any less tuned into the news and involved, I too would say, well, there's no possible way. Good night. What you got? You got some more? Hey.
I got one last word from one of our viewers, A Golf Twitler, who said last night a leak from the White House said that Joe dropped out. In unison, the MAGA trolls and Moscow Krembots narrative changed from "look at what the DNC to Biden," just like that. They did with Bernie. They switched their narrative from "Biden is old" to look what the DNC did to poor Joe, like they did with Bernie. So, you know, a lot of this, I have my theories is pushed narrative from beyond our homegrown billionaire sphere. Peter Thiel being the one, and there are others.
The funny thing
Elon
is everything
and,
is leaked. Everything is leaked. There's no official. Everything is this leaked thing. That leaked thing. This is what you do when you try to push somebody out. Everything is considered a leak, right? So, yeah. Unfortunately, people, he may be pushed out. It's likely that he's going to leave. I'll even say that. But I'm not saying he is for sure because he hasn't said so, and it's his choice. I do know one thing, that if he goes, there will be states
He did say so. Today.
Yeah, he said he's not going to leave. I'm saying if he does say that he's going to leave, the minute he says he's going to leave, I want you all to know that there are states that would be in play that will no longer be in play because they're run by Republicans, and whoever becomes the next person on the ticket would be legally taken off the ballot. And if you think the Supreme Court is going to save you, you haven't been watching Political Drain. You've been watching too much CNN and MSNBC, or God forbid, Fox News. Stay tuned all weekend. We got you.
Okay, peace out.
Yeah, peace out. Sure, get what it is. Subscribe. Join if you want. We got another join. Somebody else joined too. I haven't seen them in the chat yet, but they see the importance of what we do. We got you, and we're not giving up. Peace.
Thanks to all of you new subscribers out there. Love you.